Assalamu alaikum. This is Navid Sher Rahman Arnav from Group 6. Today we will be discussing the chapter 12 and it will be started by me. I am Navid Sher Rahman Arnav, bearing ID 142. So, today's discussion is about international business marketing. It is defined as an exchange of goods and service across the national borders to meet the requirements of the foreign customers. It includes customer analysis in foreign countries and identifying the uh, target market through developing the procedure of planning and executing pricing rates, promotion and distribution of products and service throughout the globe. Now, the next part, I will be answering the first question, which is what are the 5 stages of economic development? So, in stage 1, the level of productivity is limited as modern science-based technologies and equipment are yet to be developed. In stage 2, it is considered as preconditions for takeoff. Here, the society witnesses transition towards modernization as some of the modern manufacturing equipment and technologies appear, but still covers wide aspects of old social structure and values. In stage 3 is considered as the takeoff. Here, the modernization takes place of traditional format as new industrial techniques and equipment dominate agriculture and other major industries. The stage 4 is about the drive to maturity, which explains that industries dive into applying more complex and sophisticated technologies which lead towards new growing industries and expanding overall economic activities. And in the stage 5, it considers the age of high mass consumption. It is about technologies continue to develop and expand economic activities through emphasizing durable consumption goods and services, skilled labor force, and increased societal welfare and security. That's all from myself. The next part will continue by my fellow members.
Yes, I am Mohammed Shoful Islam. My ID is 138. I am discussing the question number 2. Why it is more difficult to identify the members of buying center in international business marketing than in domestic marketing. A buying center is a group of people within an organization who make the business purchase decision. There are 6 roles of the buying centers. Initiators suggest a product or service to buy, and influencers try to affect the outcome decision within their opinion. Deciders who have the final decision. Buyers who are responsible for the conduct and end user purchase the product. Gatekeepers control the flow of the information. The main problems we found in identifying the members of buying centers. The first one is cultural diversity. Culture differs from country to country. Our country people like to talk too close to one another. And there is another problem is distance problems, technological changes, and language barriers. My another part is importance of understanding cultural dynamics. At first, here adaptation is required, and then cultural ready for us and cultural exclusive. My next group member will continue the presentation. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Shahriar Irfan, bearing ID 140. My question is, why is adoption such a key concept in international business marketing? Adoption is the process of adjusting to an environment or situation. It is a key concept in international marketing because there are 10 basic criteria that is important for all who wish to deal with individuals or firms in foreign countries should be able to meet. They are open tolerance, flexibility, humility, justice and fairness, adjustability, curiosity and interest, knowledge of century, liking for others, ability to command respect, integrate into environment. For example, foreign business people do not necessarily expect an international marketer to act as they do, but when different culture mix, open tolerance and acceptance are necessary. My next question is distinguish between distinguish between the political and legal environment involved in international business marketing. The differences between political and legal environment are political environment refers to the interaction between decision maker, interested parties, and publics. But legal environment framed by government. Uh, Factors of political environments are tax policy, trade policy, etc. Factors of legal environment are discrimination law, antitrust law, etc. My next fellow member will continue the rest.
Hello, I'm Najis Sir. My ID is 134. International law. International law can be defined as the collection of treaties, conventions, and agreements between nations that more or less have the force of law. Treaties of friendship, commerce, and navigation. EFCN treaties. EFCN treaties of commercial relation between two signing nations. It usually guarantees national treatment to the foreign subsidiaries, so there will be no discrimination against the country's laws and judiciary. International Monetary Fund, IMF, and General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT. Both of these agreements are part of effective international law. They identify acceptable and non-acceptable behavior for the member nations. They share a concern in the maintenance of a stable environment conducive to international trade. ISO, International Standards Organization. ISO is working for the development of uniform international standards. ISO 9001 to 2000 is concerned with quality management. Assure the firm has a quality system. ISO 14001 to 2000 is concerned with environmental management. Make trade between countries easier and fairer by removing major hindrances to international trade. NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement. It is an agreement among United States, Canada, and Mexico. The purpose of NAFTA agreement is to increase trade and business between the trading partners. No tariffs imposed on products exchanged between these countries. Next slide. Three legal systems used in the majority of countries. Common law systems. Common law systems is based on the interpretation of legal precedents and customs that make law on prior court rulings. The majority of the courts in the United States follow common law systems. Code law systems. Code law systems rely on statutes and courts for the interpretation of the law. The interpretation are very little, so the law must be detailed enough to prescribe appropriate or inappropriate actions. The majority of the world's government rely on code law system. Islamic law systems. Islamic law systems rely on legal interpretation of Quran. Unlike common and court law systems, which hold that law should be man-made and can be improved over time, Islamic legal systems hold that God established a natural law that embodies all justice. That's all from my side. My next member will continue the rest.
My name is Muriam Akhtar Meghla, ID is 130. I am discussing about the question number 5. When to enter into a foreign market. If you know that your competitors are considering entering the same market as you, there are two options: aim to be first to market or wait and see how successful your competitors are and follow them into the market. There are several market entry modes that are commonly used. First one is exporting. Exporting is the direct sale of goods and services in another country. It is the best known and most commonly method of entering into a foreign market. It may be cost effective and need to invest in product facilities in chosen country. Next, licensing. Licensing allows another company in your target country to use your property. For example, trademarks, patents, production techniques. The licensee will pay a fee in order to be allowed to right to use the property. Next, franchising. In this mode, an independent firm called franchisee does the business using the name of another company called the franchisor. Joint venture. A joint venture is one of the preferred mode of enter into a foreign market in which both entities share their investment, cost, profits, and losses at a predetermined proportion. And the last one is direct foreign investment. FDI involves a company entering an overseas market by making a substantial investment in the country. For example, mergers and acquisitions, joint ventures, and greenfield investment. That's from myself. My next member will continue.
Assalamu alaikum. Myself Riyazul Islam and my bearing ID is 126. Today I am going to discuss question number 6, the essence of product policy in international business marketing. The essence of product policy in international business marketing contains several aspects of marketing, such as product planning, product development, product mix, product branding, product packaging, and product positioning. These aspects are needed to be considered by companies whenever they go international. Next slide. The second part of the question is the rules of product positioning. The rules of product positioning in international business marketing efforts are filling a void in a demand environment, satisfying the need of a market segment of demand, and occupying an appealing space in customers' minds that are already occupied or might be occupied by the competitors. Next slide. The third part of the question is when to employ product adaptation and product standardization. Product adaptation should be used in changing the product to meet local needs, complying with foreign laws and regulation, such as labeling requirements, and making the product more appealing to a foreign customer base by changing its packaging, size, price, or even the entire brand according to their culture and values. Product standardization is employed when companies need to reduce cost, product efficiency, establishment and ascertaining of the brand, convenience for consumers, and a standard of quality. My fellow group member will continue the presentation.
Hello everyone, this is Abdullah Rafi Choudhury and my ID is 128. This is my part to discuss the question number 7, which is distinguish between global and local advertising and the importance of advertising, sales promotion, publicity, direct, interactive, and internet marketing in global sales promotion. First of all, global versus local marketing, local advertising. Let's talk about global advertising. The issue of standardization is a factor that must be considered for global advertisement. It refers to keeping customer similarities and brand development. Companies should globalize their marketing strategies. Marketing the same product for the same way in all markets, whether it is foreign or domestic. For example, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and Microsoft are those companies that utilize global advertising. These companies work well globally because they address the customer's need no matter what country they live in. On the contrary, in localized advertising, different advertising programs are used in each international market. Cultural, economic, legal, and media references are considered here. Sunsilk shampoo hijab features can be a perfect example of localized marketing as they leverage the religious sentiment of our country. The next topic for discussion is the importance of advertising, sales promotion, publicity, direct, interactive, and internet marketing in global promotion. Advertising. Advertising is any paid form of presenting ideas, goods, or services by an identified sponsor. Advertising is important in global promotion as it communicates a message to a targeted audience and generates feedback in the form of a sale or other action taken by a customer. Then sales promotion. Sales promotion, such as trade shows, has a huge impact in global promotion. These shows are a fertile ground for cultivating new customers for small and medium size enterprises. Then publicity. Publicity is important in global promotion by providing positive messages to the global stakeholders. Tainted water supplied by Coca-Cola in France had created bad impression. Publicity is used to tackle such situations. Finally, direct, interactive, and internet marketing. Direct marketing is important in global promotion because it is used in virtually every B2B category. As for interactive and internet marketing, doing business with each other over the internet comprises the largest segment of e-commerce. To be connect and serve the large segment, interactive and internet marketing is important. Rest of my member will continue.
Yes, this is Amjad Hussain and my bearing ID is 132. Now I am going to discuss the question number 8, and which is identify and explain the 3 basic ways in which most American companies distribute their products on an international basis. The 3 basic ways that American companies use in their distribution of products on an international basis are broker and agents, export management companies, export trading companies. Now I am going to discuss broker and agents. This type of intermediary set up deals with international buyers, has a specific market expertise, and has a network of contacts in the countries served. Some companies provide consultancy services, dispensing advice on packaging and documentation, labeling, and so on. Export management companies facilitate export sales but do not take title to the products. They typically have larger staffs than brokers and will arrange the details of financing and shipping. Usually they specialize in a particular product group or country. Now I am going to discuss export trading companies. Export trading companies offers the same service as do the export management companies, but they took the title to the goods and also pay the exporter directly. They frequently are tied with a bank and port authority. Export trading companies often offer economies of scale and may provide a competitive edge over the other types of export intermediaries. Now my next fellow member will continue the rest of the part. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Zakir Hussain and my bearing ID is 144. The question number 9 was, what are the factors? What are the company factors, market factors, and environmental factors that impact the pricing strategy in the international market? First of all, there are 3 company factors. They are company corporate objectives, cost-based approaches, and transfer policy. A company corporate objectives can be to survive in the market or to capture the market share globally. That's why their pricing strategies varies. The cost-based approaches says that company may set their price based on their cost and benefit or profit analysis. Then the market factors, there are 4 market factors: market segment and income level, competitive structure, channel structure, and gray market. Pricing strategy in the international market depends on the target segments of the market and their price or income level. And then the next point is the competitive structure. A pricing strategy mostly depend on the competitive structure. What my competitors are setting their price on basis on what basis they are setting price should be my concern if I am going to compete them and capture the market dominantly. The next point was the channel structure. Company sometimes can directly distribute their product or may use distribute channels. That's why their price may vary based on their channel members. And the gray market is a deviation between price of a same product in different countries. That's why sometimes you can see that entrepreneurs or distributors buy products in a lower market and re-export the product in another country. Then the third point was environmental factors that impact pricing strategy. The macro environmental factor mostly impact the pricing strategy, especially the foreign exchange rate and the inflation rate, price control by the host and home country government or the political parties, and the counterfeit system. Then the next question was, what are the role of counter trade in international marketing? First of all, counter trade it's a means of finance when other mode of financing are implicable. Then it can be used as an strategic tools because organizations can bind their suppliers, even their distributors, to make transactions just with them. And the next point is counter trade offers opportunities because 30% of the world or global trades occurs through the counter trade approaches. That's from our side. And here is the chapter number 12. And if you guys have any inquiries regarding any questions, you can ask our members or any of us via mail or any through of the contact. Thank you very much.